Hello, welcome to this week's mindfulness practice. My name is Leanna. Thank you for choosing to practice with me today and for taking this time for yourself. This week, I really wanted to bring you a slow, chill flow, a little grounding reset, and we'll be more so focusing on the upper body today, but all around, you'll get a pretty nice release, offering some space to the full body. For your practice today, I would love for you to have either a block or a pillow that'll just help support us in some of the postures that we take. And as always, take every shape at your own pace. Make this time exactly what you need and know that you can modify and find rest at any point. All right, and with that, we will get started right away. So we will just keep that block or pillow by our side, and we're going to make our way to our back body, starting in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. So the soles of the feet can come together, knees can draw wide. And if that is not feeling good today, you can always take a tented knee, stepping those feet mat width, knees fall together. So landing in whatever shape your body is calling forward. And then resting those hands on your hips here, just sending in some heat and love and energy to this area of the body as we begin to land in our starting shape. And then starting here, just tuning into how your body is landing on the surface beneath you, where you're being supported and held, where your body is hovering above the surface. And then tuning into how you're feeling in this moment, the energy coming forward, any tension in the body, any holding of thoughts, of emotions. Just acknowledging what is present with you right now in this moment. And then I encourage you to call in the intention to allow this next little bit of time together to be as present as possible. And leaving anything outside of this space that's not required for your practice. Anything that is truly important will be there waiting for you as you close down today. So really landing in the body, noticing the sensations of this shape, and beginning to tune into your breath, noticing if it's more short and shallow today, stopping in your chest, or if it's longer and smooth, traveling into your belly. And there's no right or wrong here, just simply noticing where you're feeling that breath. And then I invite you to welcome in an extension, deepening the inhales and lengthening those exhales. And then noticing that shift, where it's landing, where it's traveling in the body. And the next time you exhale, pause for a moment and we'll begin to breathe together. Next breath in is long and smooth, in through the nose, filling up. Pause for a moment at the top. Open the mouth, let it go with a heavy sigh. Good, another full deep breath in. Brief holds. Open the mouth, let it go. Another inhale here, just like that. Pause for a moment. Release it through the mouth, let it go. And we'll take one more round, deepest breath in. Brief holds. And release it through the mouth, let it go. Good, allow that breath to fall away and begin to welcome in your natural rhythm. And adjusting your breath to find a pace that can support you throughout your practice, one that feels achievable. And then as that pace starts to settle, we walk those hands to those knees if they're wide. And we'll all step those feet hip distance apart, pausing for a moment in stillness, just allowing any stretch there to dissipate, to settle. Good. Good, and then arms can cactus by your side. Cross that left leg over your right like you're sitting at a table. Lift the hips, shimmy them to the right, and allow those knees to fall to the left. That gaze can turn to the right if it feels good on your neck. Allow those legs to fall heavy. You might use that blocker pillow for support beneath those legs. And really encourage that right shoulder blade to the ground. Breathing into this shape. And landing here for 2 more full rounds of breath. Last round here. Your next breath in slowly draws those knees back through center. We step those feet hip distance apart, those hands and arms ground by our side this time, preparing for a back bend, a gentle bridge pose. We root down through those feet. On your breath in, engage the glutes, slowly lift to the sky. We're not finding our deepest depth here, but rather just activating that back body and starting to lengthen along the front body. Root down through all 4 corners of your feet, high on the backs of your shoulders. Feel the support of those palms and arms beside you. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Last inhale here. Nice and slowly we lower back down, 1 vertebrae at a time, and those hips meet last. Pause for a moment of stillness. Allow that spine to neutralize. Good, and then we cactus those arms by our side. Left leg crosses over the right this time. Lift those hips, shimmy them to the left. Knees fall right. Gaze may turn to the left. And again, really encouraging that left shoulder blade to the ground. Allow the side to look different. Maybe you use the help of those props to allow this to feel more supportive. And notice where you feel the sensations of this shape. Breathing into it. And finding 2 more full rounds of breath. Last full round. Next breath in, that gaze comes through center with those knees. We uncross those legs. This time hugging those knees into our chest. Roll your nose up towards your knees, really hugging those shins inwards. You might rock side to side. Full breath in. On that breath out, those knees stay hugging in as those shoulder blades and head release down. Maybe those knees draw a little wider this time. Again, you might shift side to side. You might hold in stillness. And the last option here for progression is finding that happy baby. So hands come to shins or feet. Soles of the feet draw to the sky, knees draw down and out. And again, you might shift, you might hold in stillness. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Last round wherever you are. On that exhale, those knees come into your chest. Hands come to the back of those thighs. We start to rock up and down the spine, creating enough momentum here, but taking a few rocks to massage out that back line. Eventually, we're drawing ourselves through to a seat. Now you can use that pillow or block for support under the sit bones once you arrive. And your choice here for the shapes of your legs, maybe they're crossed out in front of you. Maybe you're kneeling, maybe those legs are long. Landing in your easy seat, Sukhasana, when you're ready. And then allowing those hands to rest into your lap, those eyes to soften downwards or close completely. Reach through the crown of your head as you draw those shoulders down. Good, take a full round of breath. Taking a moment here as we're rooted together to check in with what you need during this next little bit of time. If you'd like to call an intention in for your practice, please do so now, and repeating whatever comes through internally. And we'll take a full breath in together. Let it go. Softly flutter your eyes open when you're ready. Thank you for being here, everyone. I hope you enjoy your practice. Let's interlace those hands. Start to push the palms away from our body, tucking that chin towards your chest, really rounding through the spine. Think cat-like back here. Allow those shoulder blades to draw wide as you extend through that back line. There's a slight contraction through the front body. And breathe into the back of your heart space. Really feel that curve, that C curve from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. And take a full breath in. Maybe those palms push even further away on the breath out. Good. Next, inhale, we rise through the crown of the head. Those hands lift with us. Once we arrive, allow those shoulders to release down your back. Find length here as you reach towards the sky. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Good. One more inhale here. Hands release behind you. You either interlace those hands, fingers rather, or you grab hold of opposite elbows. Pull those palms or elbows away from you as you arch the back like cow pose, gaze lifts to the sky. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Really squeezing those shoulder blades together. One more inhale here. Exhale, slowly release that arch from your spine. If you don't have the interlace of the hands, find that if it's accessible to you, we'll bring those palms to the right side, that right hip crease, and then hug that right elbow back towards that left. Take a breath in, long spine. Exhale, drop left ear to left shoulder. Good. Taking this into a nice neck and shoulder stretch. Really draw that right shoulder away as you continue to hug that elbow back. Then breathe along the right side of your neck, dropping that left ear a little deeper with every breath out. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Last inhale here. You release those hands to your lower back as you slowly round that neck forward, and that right ear comes to your right shoulder as those hands land to your left hip crease. Once you arrive, hug that left elbow back and draw that right ear a little closer to that shoulder. And left side is pulling away, breathing along the left side of your neck. Feel the sensations, notice where it's landing, and take a full breath in, full breath out. Last inhale here. Exhale, those hands release, and you slowly rock that head forward, coming back through the left side, and then crown of the head reaches tall. Good, let's roll over our knees and come to a tabletop. You can release that prop by your side. Once you land in table, spread those fingers wide. Breath in, arches your spine for cow pose. Shine your heart, gaze may lift. Exhale, push the ground away for cat. Really rounding through the spine. Continue to move here through these motions, welcoming any shifts and movements along the way. Maybe you take this into a little bit of a twist. Maybe you shift those hips forward and back. Maybe that head nods left to right. Do what feels intuitive here. And take 2 more full rounds. Moving with your breath. Good. Last breath in here, arch to cow, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And then once you land here, again, taking any shifts, any movements that feel good. Maybe it's a pedal of those heels. Continue to root down through those palms. Pointer, finger, and thumb are engaged as you ground down through the knuckles. Gripping those fingertips into the mat, pushing out through your shoulders as that tailbone reaches higher. 2 more rounds of breath here. And really melting that chest towards your thighs. Last full round. We land in stillness on our breath out. Ripple that breath like a wave through the spine as you draw forward to a high plank. And once you arrive, lower the knees. Modified plank, take a full breath in. Exhale, hinge at the elbows, slowly lower all the way down through your bellies. Untuck the toes once you arrive. Those hands step forward to the top corners of our mat. Take a full breath in, shine your heart, lift your gaze, squeeze the back body. Exhale, release back down. Good, 2 more rounds. Inhale to your back bend, really feeling that breath move like a wave. And exhale, we bow. Last round here, deep breath in. Exhale to lower. Hands step under the shoulders, through knees or toes, make your way back to downward facing dog. A full round of breath here once you arrive. Next breath in, come high on those toes, start to slowly tiptoe forward to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Take a generous bend in your knees once you arrive. Allow that skull to hang heavy. Grab hold of opposite elbows here. Maybe you gently rock side to side. Maybe you hold in stillness. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Last inhale here. Releasing your bind on your breath out. Breath in, halfway lift, long spine, crown of the head reaches. Good, exhale forward. Focus on the shoulder blades. Breath in, halfway lift, draw them down your back. Exhale to fold. Last round here. Deep breath in, halfway. Exhale, fold. Chin tucks towards chest, root down through your feet as you slowly rise through ragdoll, moving through mud here. Really nice and slowly, stacking one vertebrae at a time. And once you arrive, the crown of the head reaches last. We find 3 big shoulder rolls, moving with your breath. Good, 2 more. Last round here. Your inhale reaches tall, extended mountain. Hands come to prayer, samastiti. Move them through heart center. Interlace the palms. Find that standing cat this time. Tuck that chin, round through the spine. Really draw those shoulder blades wide. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Your inhale, you rise through the crown of the head. Palms reach with you. Release the shoulders on your breath out. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hands release behind your lower back. Either find that interlace of the hands or grab hold of opposite elbows. Shine your heart for cow pose, slight bend in the knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, bow towards the ground. That chest and belly meet your thighs. Those hands or elbows may start to draw away. Focus on the opening across your chest. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release the bind on your breath out. Right away, inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, hands plant, the left foot steps back. We lower that left knee down. Now we're finding a 90-90 lunge. Hands come to hips here to begin, and then shift those hips back so that the left hip is stacked over that left knee. So 90-90 bend in both legs. That front knee is stacked over the front ankle. Really root down through that right foot and squeeze those glutes as you tuck the tail. Start to notice that opening across the front of that left hip. And then on your inhale, we reach tall, breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms down like you're moving through mud. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together. We find that bind of the hands behind our lower back if it's available to you. And then we move those palms to that right hip crease. So just like when we were seated, find a long spine, hug your ribs to your midline. Take a breath in. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Good. Once you arrive, if that right elbow's not already hugging back, find that engagement. And then continue to hug into your midline to find that stability, squeezing those glutes, hugging that left ear even closer. Take a full breath in, full breath out. 1 more inhale here. Slowly release the bind, lift through the crown of the head on your breath out. Hands meet the ground, shift the hips back, find a hamstring stretch. Good, and I don't mind here if your spine is rounded or if you're keeping that length, your choice here how the upper body falls. And then as you focus on that stretch along the back of that right leg, you might choose to soften your foot here for a little bit of a less intense stretch, or you can flex through those toes, really activating that back line. And take a full breath in, full breath out. Last full round of breath here. Your next inhale slowly lunges you forward. We find a low lunge, allowing that knee on the right side to really tract over those toes. Those hips sink heavy to the ground here. Take a full breath in, full breath out. One more round of breath. Root down through your right foot, left foot steps forward to meet your right, and we find that heavy forward fold, belly to thighs, either grabbing hold of opposite elbows or finding that interlace of the hands at the base of your skull. Let the head hang heavy, and let that spine round. Take one more full round of breath. Release the bind on your breath out. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, folds. Chin tucks the chest, moving through mud. We slowly rise through that ragdoll. Crown of the head reaches last. And once you arrive, finding those 3 big shoulder rolls here. Last time through this movement, notice the difference. Good. Breath in, reaches tall, extended. Hands come to prayer, Samastiti. Interlace the palms, push them away from you, standing cat. Tuck the chin, spread those shoulders wide. Last breath out. Inhale to rise. Relax the shoulders once you arrive. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release those hands behind your lower back. Grab the opposite bind this time. Shine your heart. Slight bend in the knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, bow forward. Maybe those hands pull away. Maybe the elbows pull away. Opening across the chest. Head hangs heavy. Last breath in. Slowly release on your breath out. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands plant. Step the right foot back. 90-90 lunge. Back knee lowers and we rise on our breath in. Hands start on those hips. Adjust your stance here to find that 90-90 bend. And then tuck the tail, squeeze the glutes. Start to notice that opening along the right hip flexor. Root down strong through that left foot, all 4 corners engage. Hug into your midline for that stability. Good. Breath in, reach tall. And breath out, cactus the arms down nice and slowly like you're moving through mud. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then release the hands behind your lower back. Interlace them if that's available to you. We draw the palms to our left hip. Squeeze that left elbow back. Take a breath in. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Draw that left shoulder down and away. Just like in our seated, take a full breath in. Breathe along the left side of that neck. Good. Last full inhale here. Exhale, releases. Those hands meet the ground. Shift the hips back for that hamstring stretch. Your choice here with your spine. Your choice here to soften through those toes or flex through the left foot. Breathe along the back of that left leg. Notice the sensations of this shape. Full breath in. Full breath out. Last full round here. Next breath in, you lunge forward. Allow that left knee to track over your left toes. Low lunge, really letting those hips sink to the ground. Breathing into this space. Last full round of breath. We root down through those, let that left foot, step the right foot forward. Last heavy fold, your choice here for opposite elbows or finding that interlace of the hands at the base of your skull. Hanging heavy here, maybe shifting side to side. Last full round of breath. And releasing the binder on your breath out. Inhale, halfway, long spine. Exhale, folds. Last ragdoll to stand, moving nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Good. That crown of the head reaches last. Roll those shoulders up towards your ears. Release them down. Listen for the change. Breath in, halfway lift, long spine. Hands come together. Maybe those hips push forward, slight back bend. Deep breath in. Slowly hinge at your hips. Fall forward over your legs. Good. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands plant, step back to a downward facing dog. We're landing here for a full round of breath for transition. One more breath in. Knees release to the ground wide. Please find a child's pose, resting your forehead down, those arms relaxing forward. Good. And then tiptoeing that left arm long, engaging the palm into the mat. Thread that right arm through, reaching towards the left side, continuing to sit those hips down and back, and finding that slight rotation in the upper back. Use that left palm here to really help with finding that rotation, grounding down as you reach more towards the left. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Last round of breath here. Unravel slowly, that right arm reaches forward, find a full round of breath in neutral. And then that right palm grounds as we thread the left arm through to the right side. And again, finding that rotation in the upper back by really grounding into the earth with that right palm. And reaching to the right side of the space. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Last full round of breath here. Slowly unravel those palms. Reach towards your heels. Forehead meets the ground. Maybe it's hovering. And just allow those shoulders to relax here. Nice little shell shape rounding through the spine. Hips sink heavy. Full breath in. Full breath out. Last full round of breath here. Hands step in front of the knees. You slowly rise to a kneeling seat. And then making our way to our bottoms, we're gonna grab hold of that block or pillow, finding a supportive fish pose here to close practice. So that block comes longwise, parallel with the top edge of your mat, or you use that pillow, and that's placed about a quarter of the way down your mat. Then ground down through your sit bones, those feet plant, arms are grounded by your side for support, and then when you're ready, slowly lower yourselves down. And those shoulder blades meet the support of that block or that pillow, and that head just gently releases towards the ground. And this is always just an option here for you, so you can always just release that block from beneath you if this is too intense today. With that head dropping back, you start to notice that opening across your throat. Have those arms wide, palms facing up to the sky to really encourage that chest opening. And then for your legs, the feet can stay planted as they are. You can find a tented knee, or you can come to that reclined butterfly shape that we took at the beginning of our practice. Landing here and grounding into this shape, our last shape for our practice today. Allowing yourselves to fall heavy over the support of the props, over the support of the earth. Allowing those hips to sink. And allowing that opening across the front body as you find that slight contraction with the supportive back bend. Allow the back of your head to fall heavy. Release your jaw and separate your top teeth from your bottom teeth. Allow the eyes to fall heavy and fall in their sockets as you release and soften the space between your eyebrows. And we'll settle here with some grounding pranayama. Emptying on your next breath out. We'll start with a cleansing breath in through the nose, filling up. Out through the mouth, let it go. Next inhale is for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Welcome in your natural breath and allowing that to flow nice and easy here for you effortlessly. As you land here for 5 more slow rounds of breath, easing out of your practice and welcoming in this time for restful stillness and meditation. Now, always the option to close practice exactly as you are. If you'd like to finish seated and upright, and just starting to deepen your breath and slowly welcoming in some subtle movements of the fingers and the toes. Those knees will guide towards one another if they're not already. And then nice and softly, please roll onto one side, hugging your top arm in and finding a fetal position. And those knees hug in tight to your chest, finding a gentle curve along that back body. And we'll land here for some breath. Wherever you are, taking notice of how you feel compared to the start of your practice. And tuning into whether you can feel or see a shift. And when you're ready, nice and slowly using those hands to lift yourself upright and finding your seat, your choice for the shape of the legs. When you arrive in your closing shape, allow your eyes to soften or close completely. And wherever you are, we'll take the hand over our heart or belly if that feels comforting. Find a full round of breath. Finding gratitude for making this time for your practice today, and honor the ability that you have to move your body, to breathe, to find stillness, and to connect in community. Let's take one last final deep breath in together. Brief hold. Open the mouth, let it go. A moment of gratitude for all the past teachings that have come before us, and for this space and ability to connect here together. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today and for letting me guide you from the love enlighten me to the love enlighten you. I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little sequence. I hope it was exactly what your body was needing today. And let me know how you're feeling in the comments if you're feeling called to leave me a little note. I always love connecting with you. And if you haven't done so already, please do like and subscribe to my channel. The more likes and subscribes I get, the more this community can grow. And I love growing this community alongside you. So thanks again for being here. And I look forward to next time. Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful day.